Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to my tips for your first week of school video. And basically what this video is going to be is just a handful of what I feel is useful tips for your first week of school. Things that I think that if you put them into play during your first week of school, they will really put you in a better place for the rest of the semester and or year. So, as you guys know, I am a senior in college, so I'd like to think that my tips and tricks for you guys are things that I have that I believe in myself, and I'd like to hope that they are pretty applicable, from all my years in school in general. So I wanted to give you guys some down-to-earth tips. Now, the first tip that I wanted to kind of give to you guys was kind of from a psychological standpoint of view, and that is the way that you portray yourself on the first day of class or the first week of class is kind of how you reflect who you're going to be in that classroom for the rest of the year. So I say this for a simple reason, because I remember specifically in high school a lot of the time I was extremely quiet. I was afraid to talk in class. I was afraid to be a part of discussions, and I was afraid to just put myself out there in general to meet people. Now I found as I progressed through college that when you really take a good hand on that first day of class and you really put yourself out there as confident or someone who's easygoing and easy to talk to, you really set the standard for yourself for the rest of the year. So even if you might feel as though you're not the best person at socializing, if you portray yourself as best as you can be in terms of how you socialize with others and how you're talking to the class on this first day of school, you'll realize how I feel subconsciously you're going to motivate yourself to be that type of a person for the rest of the year. So you're kind of portraying who you want to be, who you want to work towards. And if you can do that from the first day of school and maintain that personality and those specific traits that you want to carry over, I feel that you'll really be in a much better place for the rest of the semester. So this can be better confidence, better public speaking in front of your class. It can be anything. But my point is that you can set the standards for yourself and everybody else on that first day and or week of school, which I think is very interesting because it gives you a lot of flexibility. My second tip is something that for those of you that are out there and you're looking to meet new people and you're looking to date new people, this is a prime tip. And I actually learned this in high school, and I carried it over through college as long as I needed to. And this tip is it's having the ability to meet new people. So in my honest opinion, the first week of school is the prime time to meet anybody you want to meet, whether that be make new friends or whether that be you talk to a really good looking girl in your class, whatever your desired goal is. But that first week of school gives you that opportunity where nobody has assigned seating, nobody really sits in a certain area of the classroom, and generally speaking, not everybody in the class knows each other. You're all kind of fresh, right? Specifically in college. So you have a chance you can kind of scope out the room the second you walk in and go, if you see a really pretty girl, say, hey, if you want to get your foot in there right off the bat, you want to be the first person she knows in the classroom, wouldn't that put you in the best place anyhow to get to know somebody, right? Be the person that she knows in that class. Be the one guy or the one friend that she makes in that class, and you've already got 2 steps ahead of anybody else in the classroom. So my point is you have this week-long opportunity where you can kind of pick and choose who you want to sit next to and who you want to interact with. And you'll find as time progresses, if you don't get assigned seating, and in college you do not get assigned seating, and I think even in high school most of the time, a lot of teachers will let you sit wherever you choose to sit. So you'll come to find that first week of class is that time where people will kind of move around for 1 or 2 days, and then when people get planted in the spots that they like, they tend to stay there for the rest of the semester or until your teachers decide to switch you up in terms of where you sit in high school. But in college, usually you tend to stay in the same spot. So as you can tell, you have a prime week of time where you can choose to meet anybody you want to and get your foot in there if you want to talk to some pretty girls or make new friends. So that's kind of my socializing tip. Anyhow, my second to last tip has to do specifically with homework and good grades. So there's always people that I think are amazed at how certain students get really, really good grades, or how they maintain these grades and maintain them in a way where they're not going crazy every week, where they're not overly stressed, and they're not overly abundant. They aren't carried with an overabundance of homework and stuff. And so my number one tip that I have for you guys is to utilize that first week of school to not be lazy and not take it easy, but rather get ahead. So this doesn't have to be anything that takes up an extraneous amount of time in your schedules. I'll give you just a detailed, simple example of myself. My first class that I had this week was on Monday. It's a class that's 2.5 hours long, and I had already purchased my books for that class a week ago. So what I did is I said, all right, before I get into this class, I know for a fact I have never had a class where I've had a book and I have not had to read chapter 1. So I said, you know what? I had some free time on Saturday, sat down for an hour and 45 minutes, and I busted out chapter 1, read it, just got a general understanding of chapter 1, and wouldn't you guess, I walked into the classroom, and we did our introduction and whatnot, and come to find out, my teacher assigns chapter 1. So what do you guess? I'm already ahead of the game by one chapter, and even if I want to reread that chapter, I've already got a better understanding. So my point is that this first week of class, you will have classes on Monday, you'll have classes on Tuesday, classes on Wednesday, so on and so forth. Every day, so Monday, I only had one class on Monday. So as of Monday, I have no homework for any other classes yet because I haven't taken them yet. I haven't gone to them yet. My teachers haven't talked to us, so I haven't been exposed to extra amounts of homework. So I was able to get Monday's amount of homework done. And then Tuesday rolled around. I had 2 classes on Tuesday that were from a different. They're 2 totally separate classes. So Tuesday rolls around, I have Monday's homework done, and I get the homework for both of my classes on Tuesday. I bust both of those Tuesday classes out. I bust the homework out for both of those, and I'm totally, my homework slate is clear and ready to go. So Wednesday rolls around. I do the same thing for Wednesday, and if you do that sort of thing from the first week of school, you'll realize that the first weekend comes by and you've already done everything. And if you can carry out that habit of just getting your stuff done and staying on top of the game, you'll realize that college, high school, middle school, elementary school, they're all easy as long as you just stay on top of your game and get the work done early and don't procrastinate. So I guess this tip is kind of about learning how to not procrastinate and getting your stuff done faster and more efficiently and actually putting the work into it. So this video turned out to be a little longer than I expected, and I do apologize for that. I will say that my last tip that I have for those of you that are in high school and or college or new to them, don't be afraid to ever walk around with a map or spend one day before you actually start your classes and go to your school and find your classrooms. I know a lot of people are afraid that they won't be able to find their classrooms. So you know what I say? Take a day where you don't have class and go find the classrooms before you even have class. So that solves that problem. Anyhow, guys, I apologize for the extensively long video that you are watching today. I hope that many of you did watch or stay here until the end. So once again, guys, I want to thank you for the time you spent on this video. I hope you enjoyed my simple tips. And guys, I will catch you later. As always, stay fly and stay fresh. Peace out.